Hey guys, welcome to Calm Facts. Living in a big city can be a dream come true for many, but it can also be at a high cost. Some cities are known for their exorbitant cost of living, making them some of the most expensive places to call home. These cities will put a dent in your wallet, whether it's the cost of housing, food, transportation, or entertainment. From the bustling metropolis of Tokyo, Japan, to the chic and trendy streets of Paris, France, the list of the 10 most expensive cities in the world is constantly changing. These cities offer a unique lifestyle, culture, and opportunities, but they come with a price. If you're considering moving to one of these cities, be prepared to spend a lot of money on the basics and be ready to live in a fast-paced, exciting, and dynamic environment. If you are new here, click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get instant notification on the latest videos. Let's start the video. Number 1. Hong Kong. Asia dominates the list of the top 10 most expensive cities. It's no surprise that Hong Kong will top the list. Hong Kong is well known for attracting some of the world's most successful and wealthy businessmen and thousands of expats. It is not so much the cost of rent as the city's activities, such as its various markets, nightlife, and sites that make it the most expensive city in the world. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre are $2,200 and outside the city centre $1,619. Meal charges along with beer are almost $18. The cost of electricity and meal charges are nearly $180. Number 2. Zurich. With just one look at Zurich, you can tell why it is one of the most expensive cities in the world. The financial capital, located at the northern end of Lake Zurich, is known for its waterfront promenades, high-end shopping, and exquisite chocolate. It is also the most expensive city in Switzerland to find a house to rent. Zurich does have a reputation for being an expensive city. This is true for both regular living expenses and real estate. Fortunately, the net pay is among the highest in the world, and there are many job positions for foreigners. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre are $1,913, and outside the city centre, $1,494. Meal charges along with beer are almost $30. Cost of electricity and meal charges are nearly $200. Number 3. Geneva. Geneva, known for the world's largest water fountain, the Jet d'Eau, boasts hundreds of luxury cafes and shopping for days. But all of that luxury comes at a high price. Yes, Geneva is an expensive city, but the high cost of living does not discourage people from relocating here. More than 40% of Geneva inhabitants do not own a Swiss passport, making Geneva one of the most international cities in the world. Geneva is a beautiful city with a lot to offer, which is why many foreigners choose to live there. Despite its high living costs, the city offers a high standard of living. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre are $1,900 and outside the city centre $1,450. Meal charges along with beer are almost $30. Cost of electricity and the internet is nearly $170. Number 4. Basel. Basel, Switzerland's oldest university city, is located on the Rhine River, near the country's borders with France and Germany, and each June hosts the world's largest art market. Basel is a green city with a little neighborhood oasis and city parks where you may enjoy sports, games, and relaxation all year. But everything has a cost, and this lovely city is the world's 4th most costly. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre are $1,391 and outside the city centre $1,148. Meal charges along with beer are almost $28. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $190. Number 5. Bern. Bern, Switzerland's capital city, is another city that always finds a spot in the top 10 most expensive cities in the world list. Bern is famous for its medieval architecture, fountains, and rich history, and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Despite its small-town atmosphere, Bern is unlikely to be the most affordable place you've ever lived. It is significantly less expensive than Zurich and Geneva, while within easy reach of both. Bern also provides a good selection of housing options within the city and the surrounding area. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre are $1,200 and outside the city centre $935. Meal charges along with beer are almost $32. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $185. Number 6. Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv offers stunning beaches, vibrant nightlife, and world-class restaurants. All of that fun, though, comes at a steep price. Tel Aviv, Israel's largest city, has a reputation for being both energetic and expensive, even for people earning in dollars, euros, or other major currencies. In Tel Aviv, you may always expect to pay a hefty rent. This is one of Israel's most popular tourist sites, and its standards are equivalent to those of more expensive European towns like Rome or Paris. As a result, regardless of where you live in Tel Aviv, the same flat would be significantly more expensive than in any other city in Israel. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city center are $1,625, and outside the city center, $1,270. Meal charges along with beer are almost $30. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $220. Number 7. New York. New York is the only North American city on the list of the top 10 most expensive cities. This city is a place of opportunities, attracting people from all over the world who are all vying to make a name for themselves in the metropolis. It's no surprise that living in New York City is so expensive. Moving to fresh York City is a good idea if you want to improve your job prospects or gain new experience. There is always something exciting going on in this city, which features a plethora of cultural institutions and never-ending entertainment options. Whether or not the expense is worthwhile is determined by where you reside in the city and your job type. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city center are $2,941, and outside the city center, $2,351. Meal charges along with beer are almost $35. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $235. Number 8. Singapore. Singapore is known as one of the most expensive cities in Asia. Land is scarce due to the small size of the country. Because Singapore has few natural resources, it must rely on ports to import necessities such as water and natural gas electricity. Singapore is a worldwide financial hub, making it a popular location for digital nomads and expat personnel from the United States and the United Kingdom. On the other hand, the costs of renting and buying a home in Singapore are greater. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city center are $2,310, and outside the city center, $1,669. Meal charges along with beer are almost $35. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $165. Number 9. Tokyo. The high expense of living in Japan, particularly in Tokyo, is well known. As a dynamic metropolis routinely ranked among the top 10 most expensive cities in the world, most people spend a lot of money on high rent prices, followed by car ownership and transit. However, living in Tokyo, Japan's capital city, means living in one of the world's most busy cities. This metropolis of almost 10 million people is famed for its rich culture, incredible culinary, efficient public transportation, and friendly residents. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city center are $1,050, and outside the city center, $600. Meal charges along with beer are almost $22. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $170. Number 10. Beijing. Unlike most Chinese cities, Beijing is around the same price as many European capitals, particularly for expats who are used to a high level of comfort and insist on purchasing imported goods. Fortunately, foreigners in Beijing earn well, which usually covers the high cost of living. Beijing's rent is exorbitant compared to other Chinese cities, and expats should expect to pay a large amount of their salary for residences in and around the city center. Accommodation on the city's outskirts is substantially less expensive, especially if you live with roommates to save costs further. Expenses of a one-bedroom apartment in the city center are $1,200, and outside the city center, $672. Meal charges along with beer are almost $20. The cost of electricity and internet charges is nearly $100. I hope you'll get exciting and valuable information from this video. You guys are all truly amazing, and I appreciate every last one of you watching. I mean that, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section. And as always, I will see you again very soon.